So with the coronavirus, there are no new movies coming out this weekend. But ever since the coronavirus became a big thing in everyday life and in the media, there's actually been a lot of people revisiting the movie Contagion. So I figured now's as good a time as any to do a review on it. Contagion is directed by Steven Soderbergh and stars Matt Damon, Lawrence Fishburne, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, Bryan Cranston, and a handful of others. Contagion is the story of an outbreak involving a virus that spreads and kills fast. And now the CDC and the WHO, along with other health organizations, must keep people safe and find a cure. So how is Contagion? Well, let's start off by first talking about the good. So the first positive I have of this movie is the cast. This movie has an awesome cast, and everyone does a great job with their respective roles. Matt Damon plays a great average Joe guy, just trying to keep his family safe. Lawrence Fishburne plays pretty much the same role that he plays in every movie. Look, he plays the boss, but honestly, he does a great job. He plays a tough boss that'll get the job done, but underneath it all, his character has a big heart. And then Jude Law, oh my gosh, Jude Law plays the biggest piece of crap individual on the planet. I mean, seriously, he's the worst, but Jude Law just owns the role and gives you a character that you just love to hate. And the rest of the cast all does a great job. Another positive I have of this movie is how it sets a stressful tone, because throughout this entire movie, everything feels so bleak and stressful. Now, naturally, a story about a super deadly and contagious virus will do that naturally. But this movie is also very creative with the camera work, the lighting, and the editing to keep that tone throughout the entire movie. A lot of the movie takes place in Minnesota during the wintertime, and hey, as a Minnesotan myself, I can honestly say seasonal depression is no joke. When all you're looking at is slush and cold, gloomy skies, it brings your spirits down. And that's what this movie is trying to do. When the movie doesn't take place in Minnesota, it takes place in office buildings where the fluorescent lighting just hits you like a freight train. Even in a casino scene, which, casino scenes are normally very bright and vibrant. In this movie, they shoot and edit scenes to make you feel really claustrophobic and uncomfortable. And plain and simple, this movie does not want you to feel comfortable. It's extremely effective at doing so without being too on the nose about it. With all that said, there's a pretty big negative that just doesn't exactly make this movie A+ material, so let's get into the bad. So the big negative I have of this movie is it's so stupid crowded. There are so many subplots in this movie, and one in particular doesn't even come to any sort of conclusion. There's a subplot with actress Marion Cotillard where she plays a WHO doctor, and her subplot really does start off promising. But as the movie goes on, it becomes more and more fizzled out, to the point where you actually see her running to go help some people, and then boom, camera cuts, you never see her again. If this movie had taken out that subplot, and I feel also Kate Winslet's character subplot, and then re-edited the script a little bit, added an extra 15 minutes to give it a 2-hour-long runtime, it would have A+ written all over it. But unfortunately, all these messy subplots really hold the movie back. Overall, Contagion is a good movie. Yeah, it has a lot of subplot issues, but looking past all of that, there's a lot of quality movie making that's brought to the table here. Now, I made this review because even though Contagion is a 9-year-old movie, a lot of people have been wanting to give it a second look in light of the coronavirus outbreak. And to be honest, I thought that rewatching this movie during the coronavirus pandemic would really be a terrifying experience. But I think that there's a lot that we can actually learn from this movie during this time. One of the most important things that we can learn is actually the theme of the movie, and that is that fear can be more dangerous than the virus itself. And you see things in the movie that people are doing out of fear, and it's more terrifying than any of the effects the virus has. But another thing that this movie shows is while a pandemic may bring out a lot of bad in people, it can also bring out a lot of good. And that's why rewatching Contagion during all this craziness of the coronavirus was actually a good experience. It wasn't all that terrifying. And so while you're stuck at home quarantined, I'd actually recommend that you give Contagion a watch. And I'm going to close by giving Contagion a B. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself updated on future content. Guys, last week I was asking people to give their recommendations for what I should review or rank. And Amber, you asked me to review Spencer Confidential, so that's what I'm going to do. But if anyone else has any recommendations, put it down in the comment section. Let me know. And we got nothing going on for the next few weeks, maybe even months in movie land here. So I want to review stuff. Guys, give me your recommendations. Tell me what you want to see. And I'll probably end up reviewing it. But again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.